first flight on Mars, making a splash with Orion, and the space station's next crew prepares for launch. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. Our Ingenuity Mars helicopter was the focus of a March 23rd briefing at our Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. The Ingenuity team is targeting no earlier than April 8th for this technology demonstration to make the first attempt at powered controlled flight of an aircraft on another planet.
We use drones and helicopters here on Earth for all sorts of things that they're more suitable for than land-based vehicles, right? So you can just imagine being able to have that same capability on Mars, flying around on Mars. And that could be for reconnaissance purposes, taking pictures to scout out areas, potential science targets for future rovers or even future astronauts.
Once deployed from the Perseverance rover, Ingenuity will have 30 Martian days, equal to about 1 month here on Earth, to conduct its test flight campaign. Engineers at our Langley Research Center are using a test version of our Orion spacecraft for water impact testing. During the tests, the crew module is dropped into a large pool of water to learn more about what the spacecraft and astronauts inside might experience while landing in the Pacific Ocean after missions to the moon. Data from the drop tests will be used for final computer modeling for loads and structures prior to Artemis II, our first Artemis mission to the moon with astronauts. The International Space Station's next crew, including our Mark Vande Hei, completed pre-launch qualification exams and participated in various other activities in and around Moscow, Russia. Vande Hei and Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov of the Russian space agency Roscosmos will complete their pre-flight training at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan ahead of their targeted April 9th launch to the space station. The Lockheed Martin team building our X-59 quiet supersonic technology aircraft recently merged its empennage to the wing. The empennage is the section that supports the experimental plane's engine and tail. NASA is targeting 2022 for the first demonstrations of the X-59's ability to create a soft thump during supersonic flight instead of the typically loud sonic boom. NASA has contracted California company Crystal Instruments to deliver a state-of-the-art ground recording system capable of capturing the acoustic data needed before test flights over communities around the U.S. can begin. Those flights could start as early as 2024. Data from the NASA and U.S. Geological Survey's Landsat 8 and other satellites are helping scientists identify algal blooms in lakes or rivers. These naturally occurring blooms can make these bodies of water harmful for recreational use. The Landsat 8 data is used to create a product that can help local water or recreation managers identify areas where a potential problem exists. According to a 2020 study published in the journal GeoHealth, Landsat-based detection of a 2017 bloom in Lake Utah helped save an estimated $370,000 in healthcare and related costs for that area. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on the web at nasa.gov/twan.
Well, hello everybody. This is Scott Roberts from the Explore Scientific here, and I'm with Kent Martz, and we're going to be talking about coming attractions that are coming. Normally today, this is April Fool's Day, and we're not pulling a fast one on you. Jerry Hubble would normally be with us to do the Open Go-To community. As I had mentioned before, he's a little bit under the weather, and so we're giving him a needed break so that he can recover. But he's okay, so that's the main thing. And but we have lots to talk about that is coming up. And one of the things I wanted to mention was that tomorrow is, let's make sure you guys can hear me. I keep doing this. Tomorrow is the anniversary of the first photograph of the sun, and this was done by Leon Foucault, I think, or maybe Foucault. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. and a guy named Fizeau, and they made the first photograph of the sun. Now, Foucault was a French physicist. He did many amazing things, lots of it to do with the study of the sun. But I probably should show you this to you and give you a nice screen share. Very first image of the sun done in 1845. So you can see he's got sunspots here. You can see some limb darkening going on. And I don't know a lot about how this image was made yet, but something to check into. Foucault also was the one that came up with the knife edge test for testing telescope optics and telescope mirrors, which is very commonly used by amateur astronomers. And so anyways, just an amazing guy, much like many of the early scientists that did so much, you know. We also have coming up next week on April 6th, Tuesday, we've got two pretty cool events. We've got Chris Impe, he's a professor of astronomy and astrophysics at University of Arizona. He'll be on a program called Explore Now, and they'll be on at 4 p.m. Central. And then we've got David Levy. He's going to be, although he's been on every global star party we've done, he's going to be hosting his own global star party that night. So if you guys are interested in participating, there will definitely be an after party going on, and you'll be connecting with Kent Martz, who runs the waiting room that will give you the credentials to get on the event. So looking forward to all of that as well. Kent, what's on your plate? What's coming up on your side?
Let's see. Tomorrow we'll be doing a chapter of, obviously, the FirstLight Chronicles, doing the universe sampler. And, you know, just dealing with the fact that we don't have any high-end telescopes to sell. We are going to be putting up some CPO. We're still selling them. You can buy one.
And to be out of a lot of product right now. So,
yeah. And look, if you're thinking about buying a telescope, I suggest you buy it now, because word we're hearing, you know, container costs have gone up, material costs have gone up.
Yeah,
there's probably going to be some price increases on the horizon, and until those are announced, you can buy them at the existing price. But when they announce them, the prices are going to go up. So if you're looking at something, a little insider information, go ahead and get it purchased. You know, at this point, you can, you know, pay half now or whatever and balance when it comes in. You know, we've done that on the, in fact, we shipped a G11 that a guy put down some money back on March the 5th, and the G11 stuff came in and we got it shipped out today to him.
Yeah,
so
and stuff will be coming through as it goes. We'll be largely filling back orders as that goes down the line. But, I think when we hit a point of equilibrium as far as inventory goes, it'll be, you know, towards the end of summer. So it's there was just a tremendous buy-in of astronomical gear. All of you out there have helped grow the interest and hobby of amateur astronomy with us as you've participated on these programs. And, you know, we're very grateful for that. You know, it's been good for the entire industry, and it's been good for all the astronomy clubs and the publications out there. And, you know, think of any aspect of amateur astronomy, and, you know, it's been growing by leaps and bounds, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. So, you know, that's wonderful. I'd like to recognize some of the people in our audience today. James, the astrophotographer, was the first to sign in. Thank you, James. Cameron Gillis says hello, everybody, from Seattle. Jeff Wise says hello, James, and the rest of the world. That's right.
Very good.
We do have a global audience. That's true. Book Davy says hello, howdy, and hiya. Hey, howdy, and hiya. That could be a new language right there. Mike Wiesner's on. Hi from windy, still, and cloudy southern Arizona. After sleeping 11 hours straight through last night, I'm finally recovered from the Pfizer #2 injection. So
Great. I got my Pfizer last Friday.
yeah,
I get my next shot next 2 Saturdays from now. So thanks, Mike. You're making me look really forward to my second Pfizer shot. Love you too.
I got the Moderna. Okay, so and I hear that's actually can be a little bit more severe than the Pfizer, maybe. That's what a lot of people are saying. But I had a weekend where I kind of was knocked out too, and but didn't have convulsions or any kind of weird things going on. Just tired, and so that was all good. But I get my second injection on supposedly April 9th. So let's see.
All right. We're launching. There's more broadcasts than these two. Why don't you talk about that a little bit? What else we have going on? What looks like on the horizon?
Yeah, on the horizon, we're going to dive into the microscopic world and more programs. This is my platform here. I'm going to actually be using a biological microscope and also a stereo microscope. And Dave Eicher apparently will be joining in with us from time to time. We have loaned him a stereo microscope as well, one of the nice ones with a camera head on it and everything, so he can share images of his meteorites and his minerals and stuff. He's got this extensive mineral collection, and so I think that's very cool.
So the microscope we sent him is a science microscope, not a biological microscope.
Stereo,
right.
It's relatively low power.
Right.
It's got a binocular head on it, like this does. Okay.
But it's
something that's off camera, like this one does. Now this one actually is just a binocular head, like you would have like a binocular eyepiece head on a telescope. Okay, but it's just looking through one objective lens. We've got the turret here, and it switches to different magnifications by doing this. And then the camera will fit up. I've got a port here with the camera adapter. Camera fits up there, which is kind of cool. It's got a prism in there that directs some of the light up to the eyepieces and lets some of the light pass through it. So it works like similar to an optical cube. Okay, which is an optical cube is used a lot in laser laboratories and stuff like that, where they're passing light through a lens and also directing some of the light off. So that's how that works. We'll be talking about the different parts of a microscope, how to prepare specimens, how to prepare a slide, that kind of thing. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I've already really enjoyed it, and I've shared my tardigrade zoo with you guys on a couple of occasions, and but I'm just starting to get more and more into it, because you can do microscopy anytime, so
even on cloudy nights,
especially on cloudy nights. So
right.
But there's so much to look at, and it is looking at the universe in another way. So we hope to have guest researchers and biologists and scientists on and that type of thing. So to kind of share in the same format that we do, shows like what we have on Explore Now, and the FirstLight program that we do, where we have guest people come on and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to this. That show will be called MicroCosmos Voyages, and so
trademarked. Isn't that trademarked?
Is it trademarked?
I thought you trademarked it, or is it,
I did.
Yeah, absolutely trademarked.
But, I normally don't call that out.
Yeah, trademarked.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm excited to bring that show on. We're also thinking of a couple of other programs too, because there's just so much that you can do with optics, and there's a zillion stories out there. So, it's all about personal exploration of our world, our universe, and it's kind of never ending.
And we're also working on a project to clone Scott, so we have enough Scott to actually run all these
I
broadcasts.
would like that. I'll clone one of me to actually stay on perpetual vacation. So
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Pekka from Stockholm, Sweden says, good afternoon. Had a clear sky and made my setup. Had time to make a focusing procedure when ready to start taking test photons came. Guess what? Oh, he's got clouds.
Clouds.
Oh, too bad. Richard Gray says, just got done unpacking my new 8-inch ES Newtonian. I'm stoked. Thank you, Explore Scientific, and howdy, everybody. Thank you. Jim's Astrophotography says hello. We've got Martin Eastburn on. Says, looking like a night for me. That's good. Any other comments here? Richard Gray says, going to start swapping some rails after the show. I'm not sure what that means. And what else do we have here? We've got lots of communication between all y'all.
I think that's the greatest part of this is there's a whole world of people.
We got a friendship thing going on.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
With friends from around the world.
One side of the company, Scott, that people we don't talk about much here is binoculars. And, we do have a difference. Our sporting goods sides.
A lot of binoculars, not to talk
we sell.
about.
Yeah, I know. So we have the sporting goods side has a show they produce every Wednesday night called On the Hunt with Alpine Optics. The focus is on hunting and fishing and outdoors sort of skills and stuff.
Right.
And that's been going since early January or late December. Can't remember. But that made me think we have a weekly special that show does. And if any of you are into game cameras, if you go to Explore Scientific or BresserUSA.com, and first for the timestamp game cameras, which are normally $70, they're on sale for $30 if you use the code On the Hunt, all one word, all lowercase.
And
so
even if you're not into hunting, those game cameras are kind of cool because they photograph animals that might come into your yard at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like and it's cool.
And it's cool. And that's a heck of and these are real simple cameras. There's very little setup on the timestamp. They're not hard to operate. They run off AA batteries. They're really cool cameras. You can't beat over half off on these cameras. So it's BresserUSA.com and On the Hunt, one word run together with no caps. We also have a special going on the Shasta Ridge binoculars. You buy a pair of Shasta Ridge 8x42 or 10x42 binoculars, and you get for $229. You get an $80 pair of MagnaView 8x32 binoculars. Oh, wow. So that's a pretty darn good deal right there.
Family binoculars there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's on the website.
Especially the 8x42s are excellent for astronomy. And if you have a little bit of light pollution, here's a tip: go for the 10x42s. That slightly extra magnification will increase the contrast and make the sky look a little darker. So, that's something to check out. We are, what else do we have? I was contacted by Vivian White. She is the administrator of the Night Sky Network. Explore Alliance is a Night Sky Network organization as well. And the Explore Alliance is going to simulcast live the International Observe the Moon Party, which is kicking off on October 9th. It's going to be a week-long event, but we get to do, they want to get the amateur astronomers' perspective on this. So it's going to be cool. You guys any of you that have want to do live viewing through your telescope. So if you're an astrophotographer, you want to have a live video capture or something like that, you want to share with the world. You have moon art, you have moon stories, You make moonshine? No. Okay, you can't do that, but
Well, you can, but
but you can't. Yeah, or you're not going to get on the show if you're doing moonshine. So, um, or maybe-
Earthshine. No, if you're doing Earthshine, you can get on the show, not moonshine.
right.
You know, there's
Um,
there's a town here that Sugar Creek has partnered with that for the last 5 years now. They didn't do it last year, obviously, but they have International Observe the Moon, and the library runs it, and they shut down Main Street and block it off and turn off all the street lights, and all the businesses turn off all their lights. And we've had as many as like 150 people show up, on Main Street. Yeah, so it's in Gravette, Arkansas, and they literally shut down the entire Main Street, turn off all the lights, and people show up and have a great time. Yeah.
How long has this been going on, Kent?
I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
What?
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
No one told me.
Yeah.
Here I am, moved to Arkansas. No one tells me about the dark sky.
Well, I wouldn't. The rest of the city's lights are still on. The city just turns. Yeah, the rest. It's not that shut down the whole city, but
like drive around with a shotgun and blow them all out or something.
Actually, I call that BB gun is the automatic off switch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
However, I don't advise doing it because you might get in trouble.
You will get in trouble. You will.
Hey, if it's dark, they can't catch you, right? Darkness is good for criminals.
No, they're going to
catch you. They're going to think they're going to get you.
They will catch you. Those cops have night vision and stuff.
Yes.
That's right. Harold Locke says he's been working his relatives and family to get on board astronomy, and you guys in particular. Thank you, Harold. We'll have to have your whole family on the show sometime. That'll be fun. Let's see. Book Davy says, I signed to help beta test a cell phone astrophotography app for Android. Congratulations, Book. That's great.
Hey, give us reports on that.
We also are, we have a cell phone astrophotography contest going on right now. So you want to do that. I was thinking about our, and I haven't said what it's going to be yet, but, being that the next Global Star Party, the one that David Levy is going to guest host, is our 40th Global Star Party. So we're going to have an extra special heavy-duty prize for that. So you guys are going to want to definitely participate, okay? So if you've been thinking about, I don't want to participate because the prizes aren't good enough, it's going to be good enough this time. You're going to want to participate in it. Pekka says, I have made a cheapest light pollution filter and got ready with it yesterday. Total cost $11, but blocks the street light under my balcony 99.5%. Could share some pictures, but can't do that in this show. Well,
you can't. Email them to me.
Email them to right.
Email them to exploralliance@explorescientific.com.
Yeah.
And I'll throw them up.
Andrew says door prizes. I'll be there. Yeah, Andrew's won a lot of door prizes from us.
Yes, he has.
He has.
He because the answers. There's people on that don't. I'm shocked sometimes at how few people.
They know the answers, but they don't participate.
Well, and you don't have to do them in the next 10 minutes or 30 seconds. You can look up the answers.
Right.
And so you don't have to know it. You just don't know how to Google.
That's right.
Because the Google knows all.
The Google knows all. That's right. So, and what else? I think that's a lot that's going on so far.
Let's see. What else is going on? Astronomically, I haven't looked up anything. There's nothing huge going on right now. I know Mars is up in the morning. Anything?
What's going to be the next part of when you're on tomorrow about the Universe Sampler?
Universe Sampler class chapter 10 is chapter 9. I think it is. Yes, it'll be chapter 9. Oh, I didn't want to open that. Oh, well, I'm opening the PowerPoint. It'll take a second.
Okay.
The moon is chapter 10. Chapter 9 is Seeing, the art of seeing. Yes. The art of seeing.
I thought they should rename that chapter "The Art of Looking," but
You know that might,
because that's a little confusing.
yeah,
Because astronomers call seeing is the effects in the atmosphere, right?
right. Which I talked about. That was the last session, was seeing and transparency. And I lead off the PowerPoint by saying, this is not what we talked about last chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up. And then the moon is chapter 10.
Okay.
And then there's 2 more chapters after that. And we wrap it up. So.
All right. So Pekka's saying check your email, Kent.
Well, it's coming from Sweden, so it might take just a second. Oh, it sent it to my email. Okay, got it. It's popped in my Kent email. Very good, Pekka. There it is. So I'm scrolling through here. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, let me download these real quick. Hang on.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to show you that.
Pekka, they are embedded. They're not attached. I can't download them.
You can still share them, right?
Yeah, I could share them through my email. Let me minimize this. Because I can't open them up. It's going to show my email, but it's no big deal.
Yeah. Ken Noble says Jupiter and Saturn have returned early morning as well. Good.
Let's move this.
For some reason, I've been waking up very early morning, for a little while, and then I look at the moon or whatever's up and back to sleep, for about 30 minutes of that precious early morning sleep. There we go. All right, so what do we got here?
Okay, so what are you seeing now? Just the pictures?
I see his living room.
Okay, do you see, you don't see the rest of my emails, do you? Just
all your passwords and your IP address.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So let me start at the bottom, because the bottom gives the idea, or somewhere here. There's this balcony, and over here is the yard light he's contending with. There's a street light here. There's the little bugger.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
That thing. That's the little bugger we're going after.
Yeah.
So he has created
bags,
basically. Looks like some kind of woven nylon and the ever popular duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this looks like a lampshade top ring.
Yeah,
I think that's exactly what it is. Good creative reuse would be my guess. And
right.
So not sure what the hanger's for. There's that.
Pull it off.
This street light over here is probably a devil. It's so high, Pekka may have to shinny up it or something. But it's oh, look at the package it ties up in.
I see.
Yeah, nice small package. And there's 2 pieces. He must have 2 of them, and he puts one on each one. Yeah.
So who else did that? You remember when we went to the Arizona Dark Sky Star Party that we conducted?
Yes.
At Karshner Caverns, and they had those things all over the place, but they had bags made up like that too, which they had covered all the lights with. So when we do astronomy, and that I think that by doing stuff like that, they were able to actually acquire international dark sky status.
One thing we had to contend with, though, is that while those monument lights they covered up, they didn't cover up the footlights in the walls. And so we found some. Christina Weiss went into Benson and found some red paper. Right. And we taped red paper over it to dim down the.
Yeah, we used like painter's tape or something like that to stick.
Yeah. I can't remember what we did, but yeah, and then covered up those lights as well. Right. So that's pretty cool, Peck. I mean, it just shows, astronomers have been creative. How hot? Pekka, how hot did those get?
Oh, Pekka uses a fishing rod to sink it down and then fishes it up after the session. He doesn't even go downstairs.
Wait a minute. Oh, I see what he's doing.
We need video of that, Pekka.
Absolutely.
We need video.
Yes. Yes, we want video.
Cool.
We want video. So to get this, he just reaches off with a fishing rod and lowers it down, and then reels it up.
And then reels it back up. Hooking it afterwards, though, that's got to be a trick. I mean,
I bet it's just tied onto it or hooked on, and he just lowers it down and just lets it sit there, and hopes nobody walks by to get tangled up in the fishing line. That'd be fun. Yeah. So, Pekka, how do you deal with that street light across the street, the one that's up on a pole? Is it not bothersome, or, what's the issue there? Because that looks like it would be one that would drive me nuts. Yeah, Harold Locke says, genius, dude.
Says yes, Kent Martz. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just pretty cool.
Anyways, Pekka's making lemonade out of lemons here. He's figuring it all out. That's good. That's awesome. Very inspiring, Pekka. Thank you. Thank you. So
what else is going on?
There's always something happening, but
well, we do have some products out there on the horizon, but can't talk too much about them.
No.
But we're always looking to the future and trying to predict where this hobby's going, and we're working on that.
Yeah. We have almost sold out of our first batch of observatory tents.
Yeah, it looks like 12 left.
Yeah, so if you want an observatory tent, you might want to get one on order. We will have more coming later, but it takes a little while to get this stuff over. Yeah. Now that they unjammed the giant vessel out of the Suez Canal, maybe we'll get a container. Andrew Corkell says, I have a few street lights that bother me, and I'm going to figure out how to put something about 2 feet higher on a section of fence to block it. That's right. So
I'm just looking at.
I thought you were just going to knock the lights down or something, Andrew. So, not that I'm suggesting anything, right?
He does deal with electricity and stuff. He might be able to short it out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, April 12th is the new moon. Oh, the Lyrids are coming.
Oh wow, yeah, that's good.
April 22 and 23.
You guys want to find a nice dark sky place for that, and
it'll be the moon will be going down, so it'll be good, decent.
There's these things called anti-gravity chairs. Have you used those before?
I've never sat in one. I've heard of them.
Let's see if I can find one here. Zero gravity chair. Now they're not cheap.
Wait a minute. No, I was wrong. The nearly full moon will be a problem this year.
Why is that? Oh, because the nearly full moon.
The full moon is the 27th. So yeah, you're looking at the full moon. So the later it is, actually the earlier in the morning, late night, those hours before sunrise probably will be the best.
This thing right here is essential equipment for amateur astronomers. One of these chairs and your favorite beverage and your pair of binoculars, because you stick your beverage in your cup holder and sit back with that headrest on and maybe pull a blanket over yourself, and it's absolutely awesome. I have used this. I borrowed my friend's zero gravity chair, but I'm going to buy one for myself. That is the shiz knit right there.
Yep. So anyway, I shared a post.
I'm excited about the zero gravity.
It's a chair. I mean, until you say it's like
it's not just a chair.
That's what I was saying.
An observing platform.
Until you sat in it, you do not. It's like a tail rad. Until you look through a tail rad, you do not understand.
You do not understand how essential it is.
How and we're going to put one on the big telescope in the science center we're working to build.
Yeah.
It's a 24-inch F-18 Brashear, which means it's 36 feet long. We're going to put a tail rad on it just for
perfect
blanks and giggles. Yeah.
Perfect. It won't be the first professional telescope that has been put on. So
right.
Well, anyways, we will be back tomorrow again with Kent Martz and FirstLight Chronicles, and with more of the Universe Sampler. And until that time, you guys keep looking up. I will. Martin Eastburn is saying my wife did what while in the mountains of California with me, and friends looking at the stars. She was reading a book, and a skunk hopped up on her blanket.
And didn't spray her. And they didn't care. It was cool. It was chill. It was a chill skunk.
What do you do when a skunk hops up there?
Wait a minute. Where were they at? Where were they at? Northern California?
They were in California somewhere.
Okay. Well, the skunk was chill, if you know what I'm saying. The skunk was probably pretty chill.
I hope so.
Was he looking for Cheetos? Was
in California? That's for sure.
Was she eating Cheetos by chance?
I don't know. Do they love Cheetos?
He might have had the munchies. He might have been chill.
He might have been chill. That's right.
You know.
Becca says, starting to build my 99.5% LP filter and sell them to suburban astronomers. The line can be as long as possible. Wow. Martin said the skunk was cool and bugged out. No food.
He was still a chill skunk. Yeah, just didn't have the munchies.
You know, I was behind the Explore Scientific building when Comet Neowise was here, and I actually went out on several nights to observe it. And the final night that I observed it, I noticed that something was moving just at my feet, and it was this huge armadillo.
Blind and dumb.
Yeah. Well, he looked at me, and I tried to get out my iPhone to take a picture of it, but he bugged out. So
we were at the Bella Vista Library up at one of the parks. We were having a star party, and after everybody left, this red fox came up and just chilled out with us, and he hung around and sat down and watched us for a while. And Catherine Auld was sat down on the ground, and he came up. She was laying on the ground. He came up and sat down next to her and just sort of sat there, just chilled out, you know, and just happy to be there because it's on a golf course, and he steals people's golf balls during the day, it turns out.
And what does he do with them?
Takes them down his hole. Yeah.
Oh.
So
in a former life, he was a pro golfer. Or
I don't know, but he was he steals their golf balls. So he's well known up there in that area of Bella Vista.
Oh, very cool. Well, okay, that's going to do it, folks, and we will see you tomorrow. And until that time, wishing you clear skies and steady skies. Take care.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Kent Martz with Explore Scientific. Today we're going to talk about eyepieces. When you're out visual observing, the telescope is half the equation. The other half of the equation are eyepieces. The Explore Scientific family of eyepieces are waterproof, which means they're easy to clean and other atmospheric disturbances do not affect them. The eyepieces come in these decorative Wilterian planisphere boxes, the blue one or the white one. The newest member of the family of Explore Scientific eyepieces is a 52-degree eyepiece. We developed it in response to customer requests. The other members of the family are the 62-degree eyepiece, the 68-degree eyepiece, the 82-degree eyepiece, the 92-degree eyepiece, the 100-degree eyepieces, and the astonishing 120-degree 9mm eyepiece, which immerses you in the night sky. To take a look at our family of eyepieces, or to buy them, go to explorescientific.com and click on the eyepiece tab.
Hi, I'm McGee Cox, a spacecraft operations engineer. I've been lucky enough to work for U.S. Space Command in the commercial space industry as well, and now I'm at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory working on the Mars 2020 Perseverance rover. Don't forget to visit NEAF, the virtual experience, April 10th, 2021. It's the world's largest space and astronomy expo. Go to neafexpo.com. I hope you have a great time.